Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Bold and the beautiful, I doubt Liam Spencer Scott Clifton is going to die, but clearly this storyline intends to be a big turning point in his life. So, I wonder what if Liam doesn't die, but it twists him and changes him and impacts his life in a huge way that startles everybody. We're going to talk about what might be ahead for Hope Logan Anakano, Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, and others in Liam's life, even if he does win this battle with his brain tumor. Right now, Finn Tanner Novlin, Bridget Forrester, Ashley Jones, Grace Buckingham, Cassandra Creech, and the whole team of neurologists gave Liam a death sentence. There's a big mass on his brain, and they say it cannot be operated on. They insist there is no way to remove it. Nothing to be done. And I've seen a lot of comments here and on Soap social media that I absolutely agree with. It seems totally bizarre that Finn and Grace and all these other doctors aren't trying something. They're not trying any sort of treatment to shrink the tumor or stop its growth. I have personally known people that have had stuff like this in their brain, and with tumors like this, they usually do radiation or other measures. They try and shrink it to see if they can get it small enough to where they can operate on it. But so far, Liam's team hasn't done diddly. They haven't done squat. His brain pain's getting worse, and they don't seem to be doing anything to help him other than say, "Oh well, you're about to die." Again, I don't think they're killing off Liam because they haven't tried anything. But that doesn't mean Liam going to come out of this the same man as when he started. So, at some point, maybe there is some treatment possible that can save his life, shrink the tumor, operate, all that good stuff. But if you've ever known anybody who has a traumatic brain injury or a brain tumor, brain surgery, there can be behavioral changes that happen because once you start poking around with the brain, especially putting pressure on it with something like a tumor, things can go really awry. Again, I still think it's highly unlikely that Liam's going to die because he is a beloved character and Scott Clifton is a talented actor, 3-time daytime Emmy winner. However, they may be using this medical malady as an opportunity to drastically change his character. Kind of redefine it, take him in a whole new direction. And if that is what Brad Bell has in mind, well, Liam's loved ones like Hope and Steffy and Bill Spencer, Don Diamont, and others may be in for quite a shock because Liam could come out on the other side of this as a completely different person. It is something you sometimes see with brain cancer, injuries, tumors. Just total personality changes. I actually have a friend that went through this. His wife thought her husband had just turned bad, and he was mean. He was mean to her. He was mean to the kids. And he was off chasing other women. It turned out he had a brain tumor. And in his case, they were able to shrink it with radiation. They did surgery. And eventually he came back to himself. But even right after the surgery, he kind of stayed on this dark path. And this is true life. It sounds like a soap, but it's true life. And then he finally self-corrected, and they were able to put their marriage back together. But it was really scary, and not something he ever intended to do. So we could see something like that with Liam, and we could see Hope completely stunned because she's telling him she wants to reconcile with him, and it looks like it's going to happen, and this may be shocking. So there's a chance that Hope recommits to Liam, but then doesn't like what she is seeing because Liam could end up just flat out turning into someone that Hope feels like she doesn't even know. I could see a total twist coming where Liam survives this deadly prognosis, and then he turns kind of dark, at least for a while. And that would be a big shift from what Bill Spencer and Steffy and Hope and others know from him, because, overall Liam always been a tree-hugging sweet guy. Even when he's waffling, even when he is cheating on the woman in his life, as he's done with Steffy and Hope both. But for the most part, Liam is pretty mild. He's calm, he's docile, he's not angry or aggressive. Even when he's really pushed to his limit, he's still just not some aggro alpha male. Basically, what I'm saying is he's totally unlike Dollar Bill. And even when Liam had that fight with Bill, he really wasn't angry or volatile. Liam was kind of mostly on the defensive. It felt like to me, he's just not evil. He's not violent. He's just a sweet guy at heart. But after this brain tumor incident, I think it'd be kind of wild if Liam started channeling Dollar Bill and acted totally out of character as we know him. You know, we could see Liam able to have surgery, get that tumor reduced or removed, and then he can function and return to normal life, and he's saved. But then there's a chance that Scott Clifton's character comes out unrecognizable from the man we know and love. And just given how brain injuries and tumors affect your gray matter and your cranium, Liam could become cold. He could be aggressive. He could be distant. Just all around different. And of course, Hope would be beside herself if she got back with him only to find out that Liam's not the guy that she fell in love with. Hope believes Liam is her future. And if he turns dark, or even villainous, that'd be kind of an interesting twist on Bold and the Beautiful. And maybe that's what Brad Bell is intending with this Liam death plot. You know, he could completely pull away from Hope and resist her love. It could even come out that Liam is back to waffling, goes off the deep end, starts pursuing Steffi behind Hope's back, behind Finn's back. You know, that would appall Steffi, Finn, and Hope. And obviously if he did this, Hope would be devastated, thinking that Liam has completely changed his ways for the worse because right now I think she thinks he can finally be a one-woman man. So this tumor storyline could end with Liam surviving and sticking around, but also just becoming this very dark version of himself. And it would be totally shocking, but at least it would be fresh. I think it could be pretty fun, pretty interesting to see Liam becoming darker and more villainous. And Scott Clifton might really appreciate having some wild material like that to spread his wings creatively. A lot of times you see actors that have played a goody two-shoes for a long time, and they get a chance to play bad, and they really like it. I've heard actors say that their favorite parts to play are the ones that are villainous because you can just kind of cut loose more and stretch yourself dramatically. So I think this could be pretty cool and pretty different. And it's pretty rare that Brad Bell, I think, surprises us, but sometimes he does, and I think it would be really cool. So I'm excited to see with Liam what Brad Bell has in mind. Again, I don't think Liam's going to die, but I could see this as Hope reconciling with Liam. You know, him being in a good place. Everything's poised for that happily ever after. Steffi and Finn are in a good place. Finn's friends with Liam, and then everything just goes sideways, and in a bizarre and really soapy twist. Liam just basically breaks bad. I think that could be the start of a new chapter. Obviously, I would hope it wouldn't be that way long term, but short term, it could be really cool. So, we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.